Today, the politicians are at Assin North. The politicians are there. John Mahama is there. Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo is there. Vice President Bawumia is there. In fact, show me the video. Dr. Bawumia walking in the rain in a smock. He knows that we are in the rainy season. He didn't take a raincoat. In fact, the gentleman walking by him, who's from the state protocol, is wearing a raincoat. I'm sure that the state protocol knows that it's going to rain. The other gentleman is also but Dr. Bawumia is walking in the rain, in the smoke. The things politicians can do to win power, you have no idea. Politicians can come and play with your children in the zongo. They can eat banku with you. They can come and prepare your fufu with you and everything else. Look at my brother Salam. He's wearing, look, some of them knew what was going to happen. They saw the clouds. Dr. Bawumia is in the rain. Show me Kwabena Minta Kando. My brother as well. He was also in the rain. It tells you that the stakes are high in Assin North. Now, if we really wanted to give the people an AstroTurf, why did we have to wait until a by-election to give them an AstroTurf? You see why the people will constantly say that they want their members of parliament to die in order for them to get development. They want their members of parliament to die or be incapacitated to the point where a by-election must be held. So the question this morning is, will we have some more development in Assin North if another by-election happens? Will Jachi Kwesi win, sympathy votes? The president made a comment yesterday, and John Mahama responded to him. Play that video for me, the president of the republic. Play that video for me.
They've been defying the rains to meet us, not only to meet us, you know.
So it was a very frontal one from John Dramani Mahama to His Excellency the President and Akufo-Addo on the comparison of James Jack. His Excellency the President says that the people of Assin North do not deserve a prisoner as a parliamentary member.
The President is wrong if he said that, because he's prejudicing the case in court. He's not a prisoner, you see. You're a journalist, you know he's not a prisoner. He's not been convicted. You are guilty, you are innocent and proven guilty. He's not been proven guilty. And even justices of the court and professors of law have said that the Supreme Court erred in its judgment, because the Constitution is clear. It says to be eligible to be an MP, you should not owe allegiance. And it's at the point of election that kicks in, not when you're filling ordinary forms. We disagree with the Supreme Court. He's not a prisoner, and if the president said that, it's unfortunate, it's against our democracy, it's against our laws. The president cannot prejudice a case in court.
So these are the two gentlemen, former President John Mahama, current President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and they make statements. John Mahama thinks that the statements that the president made were prejudicial. Of course, because the president is a lawyer, and as an officer of the court, is he jumping the gun to suggest that the fiancé crowd, what it means that even if he's in prison, and that why would they vote for somebody who is going to prison? That's the conversation. And this conversation has sparked a lot of, messages among the people in Assin Breku, particularly where the two candidates come from, where Opoku and Kwesi, where both of them come from. Is the president giving us an indication of what could happen or what is about to happen? Is the writing on the wall? I'm only asking. Because when the first gentleman of the land speaks, and you have the leader of the opposition party also speak like this, it gives the people a certain indication. I have read on the front pages this morning that NDC intends to foment trouble. Is it true that we have about 6 police regional commanders, about 6 regional commanders in Assin? Is it true that we have about 6 regional commanders in Assin North? If there are 6 regional commanders, experienced police commanders with their men in Assin North, why would anybody even think that the NDC can foment trouble? Because once you start saying these things, it means that the police are incompetent. But I don't believe that our police are incompetent. I believe that our police are very, very competent. Now let's go and look at the historical antecedents. Parliamentary results for Assin North, how the constituency voted. James Jachi Kwesi in the last election had 17,498. That represented 55.21 of the votes, that percentage. Abena Druwa Mensah had 14,193. That represented 44.79 of the votes. Total votes cast is 31,691. Now let's go back to the antecedents from 1996, 2000, 2004, 2008, 2012, 2016. These are the members of parliament. Let's go back to, there's a chart, 1996, 2000, 2004, 2008, 2012, and then 2016. There's that one. Sorry, but put that one for me. 2000, all the way, 1996, 2000, 2004, 2008, 2012. That's it. Beautiful. Now, there's a historical performance. In 1996, the NDC won by 61% of the votes. NPP had 37.8. In year 2000, the NDC lost by 46.3%, and the NPP had 50% of the votes and won. In 2004, history repeated itself. The NPP won 58.8%. NDC had 39.2%. In 2008, there was 50.6% in favor of the NPP and 47.1% in favor of the NDC. 2012, 43.6% for the NPP who lost, and then the NDC had 54.4%. Now in 2016, it was 52% in favor of the NPP and then 45.1% in favor of the NDC. We know the story of 2020. Question: now that we know that both Jachi Kwesi and Opoku come from Assin Breku, which was the main decider in that election, will Jachi Kwesi win any sympathy votes because of the back and forth with the courts and all the commentary that have been made? Or will Opoku put a spanner in the works of Jachi Kwesi and the NDC? We have observed also that while the NPP may be organizing mammoth rally and projects are being done here and there, we have also seen the NDC going house to house like what Professor Mills did and won that election. Will it reflect in the final results? I don't know. I don't vote in Assin North. I'm only asking the questions. But the key question that we must ask is that, will the supposed vote buying, the sharing of stuff, and the projects that have hurriedly been done, will it influence anything at all? Will the presence of the president, the vice president, John Mahama, and all the bigwigs that we know within the political landscape on both the NDC and the NPP side, will it change anything at all? And at this present moment, how do the people of Assin North, how do they feel about the sudden swarm of their constituency? And then how would they feel after the by-election when everybody goes back to base? Because the people will vote for an MP, and the president said something which I found quite unfortunate. He said that he's looking for somebody who be voted for, who can come to him so that they can work together. Is it a suggestion that if you are voted for as a member of parliament and you belong to the opposition party, you cannot go to the president of the day, no matter which party he comes from, to go and work with? What will a win for the NDC mean in parliament? What will a win for the NPP mean in parliament? Because we know that we almost have an hung parliament. The NPP has one or two more than the NDC in parliament. So if the NPP wins Assin North, it means that their numbers would have been up. What it means is that there's a clear majority. So when things come up, the minority can shout and scream on top of their voices, but it is those who have the votes, those who have the numbers, that will carry the day. If the NDC wins the seat, it means that we are back to factory settings, back to the hung parliament. What it means is that if there is something that comes up, for example, the matter of the e-levy, and the NDC decide that they are not in agreement, then we have a vote and maybe a tie, and then the speaker can have a casting vote and all. So tomorrow, the people of Assin North will have to make a very wise decision.